In this video, we will see how we can manage users in Linux. I'll be running all these commands in Ubuntu OS. In Linux, basically we can have three different types of accounts. The one is super user account, um, we can have system accounts and normal user accounts. These super user accounts are the accounts which generally have the highest privileges across uh, this machine. Okay, they have like access to almost everything. Example, root user is one example. We'll see that. System accounts are the accounts which generally created when we set up some set of softwares. So if we want to run a particular software with a particular account, then we set up these system accounts. And general user normal accounts, you might already know, right? So when it comes to users, all the users are stored in this directory /etc /passwd. So we'll see by running this command, we'll see like a few like top 10 it is going to list, right? So this file holds all the user accounts. Okay, the structure is like this. This is the user, and this points to the file where the password of this user is stored. It is in like /etc/shadow. So this is pointing to this directory. Okay, so and this is the ID of this user. In generally for root we have 0. The user ID, this is the group ID, and this is the description of this user. We can pass anything here, and this is the home directory of this user, that is /root, and this is the shell that this user is assigned as by default. Okay, so this is the root one. We can take some other example in here. A few minutes back I was uh, working on one user here. Okay, so here we have this rob user, and this X pointing to the password file, rob user ID, rob group ID. We have not passed any description for this user, so that's why this location is empty here, and this is the home directory of this user, and this is the default shell assigned to this user. Okay, this is how the structure looks like. Now if you want to add a new user, what we need to do is we need to write this command sudo user, and we'll discuss on the sudo part later, but that gives power, to extra privileges to run, some set of commands which need extra privileges. Okay, we'll create an account like mm, Raj, for example. Okay, now we created this account. We'll say grep -i Raj /etc/passwd. This is where the account is stored, right? These details which we discussed: Raj, home directory, user ID, group ID, and so on. And if you want to pass like these custom parameters, like if you want to pass like we want to have bash shell instead of uh, this shell, C shell. If you want to have our own group ID, user ID, then we can use this command and pass these parameters. Like if we want to have our group own ID, user ID, group ID, we want to create home directory with this name, and we want to assign this bash, assign this shell, and we can write our own comment and the user. Okay, let us try out this command also. We'll say Robert Rock. Say need to see, I haven't. So it says the group does not exist. Maybe we'll create group, group group, group add. I'll create I'll say 1007, and I'll say test team. Okay, I need to run it with sudo. Okay, now if we run this command, okay, again we need to run this with sudo, right? Now if we say grep I, what is that? Grep I, what is the name? Robert Rock, right? Where is it? It is in etc passwd. Right here we got the user and pointing to the password file, the custom user ID and group ID which we passed, and the comment saying that, oh, I gave dev team, but actually it should be test team. Yeah, but there's a comment, and this is a home directory and the default shell for this user, right? So this is how we create a user here, and if we want to change the password, we'll say passwd Robert Rock, right? Give some password, confirm it, done, right? So now if I want to check, so whenever we create a user will have, username, user ID, group ID, home directory, and default shell. We saw all these, right? And if I say Robert Rock, so we have user ID of this, group ID, and the group, right? Now if we want to see the password of this user, we can check. Let's say grep -I import Robert Rock. I'll say etc/shadow. We need to run it with sudo permissions, sudo super user do. Okay, this file basically has the username and the password encrypted in encrypted format, and when it was changed, like when will it expire, all these details are like here, right? And this is when it comes to the user, we can delete it just by using user del command. Now if we want to when it comes to groups are stored in this etc/group file. So we have all these, right? So if you want to especially get grep I test team which is in etc group, right? So here we have test team X is the password of this group and the group ID. So here we don't have any members in this group, right? So we can assign that. So if we want to add a user to a group, we can say user modify -g, group name is test team. I'll say Robert Rock. Okay, now if we see this group, now this user is part of this group, right? So that is how this looks like. And now maybe you can try to switch the user, switch to robot rock. Right, so now we are in robot rock. Like if we want to check, then we can say who am I, robot. So now yeah, so that's it for this video. We'll explore from here on. In coming videos we'll explore on more switching these users and working on sudo part. That's it for this video. Thank you for your time. See you in next video.